Now, I wanted to read this article on the Satanic Temple opening up another location, right? Telehealth. And they already have two locations out, but let's just read this article real quick and then we can talk about it. The Satanic Temple plans to open its third telehealth abortion center on President Trump's birthday, offering women prescriptions for abortion drugs and instructions for performing the abortion ritual. Before we continue the article, I kind of want to tell you what the abortion ritual is to them. It's basically like a religious ritual, part of their belief for bodily freedom and a personal choice, something like that. That's what they describe it as. But let's continue the article. The facility, part of the group's religious abortion care organization, TST Health, will open in Maine on Saturday. TST Health intends to operate the facility free of cost to clients, except for the $91 charge to its pharmacy partner, Honeybee Health, for the chemical abortion prescription. We know just how much our president appreciates freedom and the fundamental right to choose, Aaron said. We hope he receives this clinic's distinguished title as the magnificent regal birthday present it is intended to be. While many abortion facilities have closed following the 2022 decision, some reports show that the number of abortion facilities throughout the U.S. was already in decline before the overturn of Roe. So I always wondered why it's called the Satanic Temple and if they're doing something evil or wicked behind closed doors in that temple, even though it's telehealth. But the people that are actually running the facilities, I wonder if it's just really a place for supporting abortion like they claim it is. But these individuals claim they don't worship Satan and they don't believe in Satan at all. But to have that name, they basically say that it is just a symbol of freedom because I guess to them Satan was kind of like the rebellious freedom and just the one that wanted to break the chains that God had us in some chains for some nonsense like that, which is obviously not true. But this is interesting because it reminds me of a pagan false deity that the Ammonites used to worship back in the ancient times, and they worshipped a deity called, I believe, Moloch, right? And basically they would give their kids sacrificing their kids to this ancient false deity in order for in exchange for wealth or blessings basically. And that's what this kind of reminds me of, and that basically reminds me how corrupt the society got, how nothing's new under the sun, basically what the Bible tells us, and how more and more corrupt our spiritual aspect of life is towards people, and also how much the Bible is true, because we can see that it's like a cycle in different ways, man. People are really out here calling it a ritual, like, and the people are like really basically saying that we're just calling it a ritual because a lot of religions out here are like Christian specifically. They are able to make laws and rules being a Christian, and they feel like they should be able to have a limelight to be able to express and have a religion of their own. So they're gonna call it the Satanic Temple. It doesn't make sense, but it's really showing how spiritually divided we all are when it comes to good and evil. You know what I'm saying, and which side people are picking. You know what I'm saying. So that kind of reminds me of that situation, and also I wanted to bring up this because it reminds me how much we have gone so far away from God to the point of really sacrificing life for who knows for what, who knows why they want to get rid of life. But certain things need to happen in order for us to keep the morals that God commanded us to have in this society, man, that we have today, man. But they're literally opening up another telehealth facility, man, in Maine, that they're opening it up really soon actually. They already have two, New Mexico and Virginia, I believe. And man, let's just hope that they come to realization that this is not good. This is evil. You see, they're doing it on Trump's birthday, which is a sign of just to basically have shock and basically just to mock Trump's name. And you can see in the article, it just sounds like a bunch of like mockery, and it sounds like just a bunch of blasphemy and just trying to put something on Trump's name and make it seem like Trump's just this horrible guy. And I'm not getting into politics and stuff like that, but I'm just saying like they did that on purpose for a reason, for shock value and the satire basically. But You already know, obviously, these people, Satanic Temple, and they feel like they should have rights and all this type of stuff. And they're basically saying that Christian groups are able to have more of a, I want to say, like a voice in politics or religion, not religion, but in, like, just in cases of the world, that they have like a powerful, more powerful voice. So they want to have a voice that is going against the Christians, basically, in a way, just for them to fight back, man. And I don't agree that it's a tit for tat need to be done, but the world is what the world is, right? It's gonna be what it's gonna be. But you guys let me know about the Satanic Temple that's opening up another telehealth facility. So you guys let me know, man. What do you guys think of this situation, man? Comment below. God bless.